So this is happening. I I am in the middle of a few projects in my craft room. I've actually gotten my crafty mojo back a little bit, and I'm back to crafting again. I've got a couple of big projects I'm doing, and I'm wanting to try to finish up projects that I started years ago that have just been sitting in iris cases, and I'm really just wanting to get those done so that I can have more space now to begin new stuff that I'm starting to get interested in. But anyway, I was just getting ready to go to the gym and run a couple of errands, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just show my craft room, because I haven't done a craft room tour since I bought my new house. I think the last one I did was when I had my condo over, man, I don't even know how many years ago that was. I bought this place 5 years ago, so it's been a really long time. And so I thought I would just do a view, and this is like warts and all. This, I see so many beautiful craft rooms, and they're all staged so beautifully. But this is actually one that's got work spread out everywhere, so it's organized, but it's messy. So just keeping it real here, folks. So anyway, I thought I would do a share. And where do I want to start? Let me see. Okay, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get like a really good view. Let me step back. Because the problem with this room is that it is all windows and doors. Like on practically every wall. No, I'm looking. It's every wall. Has doors or windows or a combination of both. So let me step back as far as I can get. I don't know what size room this is. I think it's like 12 by 12, something like that. When I bought this place, the previous owner had drywalled in the sliding doors that went from the living area into this room, which was their Florida room, but they were using it as a home office. So the first thing I did when I moved in is I knocked out the wall and put in French doors, and I wanted floor to top of door full glass instead of the panels that you see in French doors, because back behind me here is the golf course and Little Manatee River. So I wanted to have a clear view of that opened up from my living area to the back here, even though I keep all the shades back here closed most of the time. But as you can see, because that's my living area, most people, like when I have, guests over, they see the wreck that this room is. So it's kind of twofold problem, because, you get to have that view, but at the same time, people who are over get to see the mess that I have in here. So it's not pretty in here. So I don't know why I'm going into that long-winded description of this room, but I just felt like sharing. Anyway, so I've got really kind of tall walls in here. So anyway, I knocked that out. And that, again, just took up a lot of the space in here. And so, for storing things. So, I have, and the other thing that took a lot of time when I redid this, other than the doors, is this ceiling. So, it took me almost a week to get up there on the ladder with an orbital sander and give that a distressed look on the ceiling. It's a slanted ceiling because this is an add-on room, like I said. So so yeah, it's kind of a mess. But you can see right up there I have one of those Ikea picture ledges, and it stores my wood stamps. I have all my wood stamps, wood mounted stamps, sitting out because I love the imagery of wood-mounted stamps, and that's why I still continue to buy wood-mounted stamps. I love them. So I'm not one of those to take it off, the cling rubber off, just to save space. So for that reason, I decided to use those Ikea picture ledges to mount my stamps on. And anyway, so what happened here is that front room, I don't know if you can see it, there in the very back is the front of my house. And that's where I keep paper products only for crafting. So I may or may not show that later as a separate video or attached to this one. I may edit it in with this one. But anyway, so I live alone here in my home, so I don't, have kids or anything. And so I have the room to kind of spread out in my house. So that front room has all the paper products. And this back here in my craft room is actually, like I said, just, and here's an overview. I'm not going to be able to get it all in. Let me see if I can come in or out. Ugh. No, that's as far out as I can go. So let me come back here. There's one corner. There's the other corner. And then let me come back here to the other corner of my room. Oh, golfers going by. And then here's the other corner of my room. So you can see there's the door to go out to my side back deck right there. And then all windows, just completely wraps around. Because again, this is what they call here in Florida a Florida room. And it used to be screened in. So you could sit out here and enjoy the golf course and the river and everything. But now I have another room on the other side of the house that's used for that. And this is was closed in. And that's why the whole house has central AC, but this room does not. So I have like a little window unit sitting there. So that's also in the way and keeps me from having more storage in here. But you can see it's such a small space anyway. All right, so I'm going to start right here. I have the Ikea Pegboard system. I have that because at one time I was doing a lot of planner dangles and charms. So this is how I stored them after I would make them. I'd put them up here and then I would just use them in my planners. And I've destashed a lot of that because I've gotten out of the planner thing. And I just had too many. I had to start narrowing down what I wanted to do craft-wise because it was just out of control. Which is why you guys saw a lot of destashes from me. I was trying to make everything fit. So here's the Ikea pegboard, and I have like mainly my paint markers, anything mixed media, right up there at the top shelf in those Ikea cups that's mounted on this pegboard. Markers, just miscellaneous stuff that just doesn't go anywhere else. And then you get down into the fabric things that I use when I'm doing journals. And down there on the floor are projects, my empty tool tote, and up here at the top I have some more Ikea shelves that have some art pieces that were sent to me and pieces that I've made, and then the Xyron runners, back to another pegboard, and this is all beading in this section right here. So that's all beads in those little containers, the clear containers. And then you get down into some more mixed media stuff hanging there. And cords. I need cord management in this room really badly because cords are just all over the place. And then on the door, I have a couple of these door organizers. So on the right is the vinyl organizer right here. And then I have this unit to the left of that that holds all my like dyed papers, and there's also envelopes and papers and stuff in there, junk mail that I get waiting to be dyed. So there's a lot of stuff in there and it's just kind of crammed. And then just some miscellaneous tools hanging off of that. This right here is a rolling, sorry, I had coffee this morning, so I've got that dairy thing in my throat that I have to keep clearing. This right here is my sewing table, and it's on rollers, so on wheels, on rollers. It's on wheels, so I can roll it. It normally is over there, out of my way, but again, I'm working on a project right now, and so that is sitting closer to my desk so I can roll it over. And then here is an Ikea closet system. And I designed this online because I knew I wanted this to mainly be my fabric station. And so that's why you see so many different things in here. So the glass front drawers, the wire baskets that roll out, the roll out shelves, and then just regular shelves. There on the top, and those two Dollar Tree or bins are Anna Griffin ephemera. And then you get into the actual trims and fabric, and those are all right here. And this is just like specialty, you know, some curtain. There's all kinds of stuff in here. The Angelina film, you know, the Angelina fibers, all that kind of stuff. Just that miscellaneous stuff that has to do with fabric. And then here's just all the fabric I have left, which is pretty good given how much fabric I had before. I still have fabric in this unit over here that I'll show you later, but right now it's decorative fabric right here. And then this is how I store all my beads, bead strands, chain, diamond chain, that sort of thing right here. I got this at Hobby Lobby years ago, and that stays back there. And then this is how I store appliques, specialty lace things like the gloves and all that kind of stuff. And the same here. This is like mainly collars and specialty, more appliques. And this is all like flowers and bows, that kind of trim. There's stuff all the way back there that I have to reach for. And then more just all kinds of lace trims. So I have to dig for a lot of stuff. And this is more like wider laces right here, or specialty pieces, linens. And down here, again, this is like specialty laces too. So very cram full. This right here is where I store like the bigger cutting mats in between my desk and that. And that big plastic bag is what I use to protect my work area from when I'm doing spraying and stuff. And then up here, you can see all the little houses from Michaels. Just another way to store the stamps I like looking at. And again, this is, you know, I could go higher up, but then I can't reach it. Washi tape storage, miscellaneous threads, just extra stamps that didn't fit in those, and another little house with some more stamps in it. And then this is all just, again, that miscellaneous stuff. This is all, whoops. Well, I'm not going to take this out, but like, you can't even see anything because I got papers on top of it. Anyway, just miscellaneous stuff that I use and didn't have any other place to put it. This is just, again, more miscellaneous storage. And then you get into the pens and watercolor brushes and watercolor paint pens. And down here are the watercolor inks. Got to move my chair because I can't get close to anything. So that's how I store my watercolor inks. And then you move over and I've got more watercolors right here. I destashed a lot of those too because I wanted everything to fit. Little container of buttons. Got a lot of mother of pearl in there. And then this is how I stored my ephemera. So when I want to cut a lot of things out of my Silhouette Cameo, this is how I decided to store all this ephemera. So I got extra shelves for this little piece that I got. Again, everything's from Ikea. So this is like a desk hutch, and I have all these extra shelves, which worked out great for doing this kind of storage because I just wanted to, you know, kind of separate it by the theme. If I'm looking for something, I can find it easily. So there's store-bought stuff in here, but mainly there's like a lot of print and cuts from my Cameo. So that's how I decided to store that. And you can't even see the bottom drawer right there. Whoops, knocked the camera. Because, again, just so much stuff. Just trying to find a good way to organize it, and that was the best way I knew how. And then on this side, I have one of these Ikea file racks, and this is what I use, you know, for storing what stamp pads I have left, because I destashed a lot of these too. But anyway, that's how I organize those. And then down in the bottom, this drawer is great for holding sponges and all that kind of stuff for stamping. This is also my work desk for my daytime job, my real job during the week. And this is how, I think that's it. Oh, I do work on a glass desktop. I find that's the best for me because I can do anything on the glass top. Glue can spill on it. It won't, you know, hot glue from a glue gun can spill on it and it won't ruin the top. I can get paint on it, whatever, and it just scrapes right off. I will never craft on anything but a glass tabletop. It's just, I would love to have a pretty wood desk, but it's just not. And I guess I could get a wood desk and just put a glass top on it, but I just, glass top all the way. That's how I store my, this is another piece from Ikea, which is totally crooked right now. But anyway, this is how I store my Cameo right there, and then my CPU unit. And then over here is just all kinds of office supplies. The top couple of drawers are basically office related for my job, and then the rest of that is just, you know, stuff that, anyway, I don't know how to explain it. Just copy papers and stuff like that. And right here is, sorry, I'm trying to move my desk. Right here is another Ikea shelf system, and I've got it on one of the Ikea rails. And this is so I can keep stuff up off the floor that when I'm crafting and I don't have any room on my desk, this is just where I throw everything so it's accessible. And then I have a little trash can there. What do I want to do now? Let me see if I can go up. Up here you can see I have some more of those Ikea shelves. I didn't do a good job leveling them, so they're kind of offset from each other just because of the way they're hanging there and the weight that's on it. But you can see I went from stamp storage right there to the spool storage on all these trims that I got in that estate sale. That was a lot. That was buried under a bunch of fabric. I didn't even know that was there when I bought that, those bins from the lady in that estate sale. A little handmade banner. What else? I guess that's it on the top. Let me just finish around here. I don't know if you can see because the lighting is so bad here because it's so open. But I have more stamps all up here, and yeah, I don't think you're seeing it. But it's all stamps, all wrapped all the way around the room. And again, sorry, I keep knocking into stuff. Visually, it's just, you know, it inspires me, so I still like seeing all the imagery from the stamps. This is where my printer is kept, because I do a lot of printing from Etsy printables, for digitals, I mean. And then, again, this is another system that you can buy extra shelves and design it so that it fits your needs, and that was perfect, and that's why I love the Ikea systems. So I have a pegboard over here that has jewelry tools, all my scissors, those little miscellaneous tools. Oh gosh, the light's horrible. Sorry guys. I don't think you can even see it. Yeah, there we go. And then just, again, you have to organize these systems to however it is to make it, you know, for where the way you work. This is the way I work, and it's just easy for me to be sitting in my chair and turn right around and have everything right there. So that's the way I have it organized. And then here On these shelves in these little plastic bins, I've got all kinds of things. So stamens for flower centers, and some paper border strips, flowers, more mixed media stuff that I use in my mixed media. And then I have my snaps for my cam snap, which you'll see in just a minute, and just miscellaneous stuff. And then there's curtain panels in that floral box right there, you know, that you get when you go to Goodwill and that kind of stuff that you use in fabric books. So that's kind of an overflow from my fabric tower that I just showed you. And then we go into this storage. Now this is old Michael's storage right here, these drawers, and this is where my punch boards, cinch, all that stuff is. And then down here, this is how I store my molds. Those are ready-made molds that I've already done. And then these are the molds themselves. This is how I store my stencils now. Got rid of a lot of stencils too. Cinch supplies, so those mainly cinch wires, and then glitter on the bottom. And then this is another rolling cart, and this is all that's left of my planter station right there. This whole thing was a planter station, and I destashed so much, and now this is pretty much it. Just overflow, more copy paper. This is storage system for my charms and eyelets. I use those books. Oh, piece of wood. I use this to keep a window open. That's a lot of sewing. I made that in my Trésors Deluxe days. It was a design team project. And I'm actually still using this altered hanger fabric thing that I made to store sewing goodies. And over here is a rolling system that I got from Amazon many years ago. And this has been the perfect way for me to have a die cutting system, because it's easily, it stays against the wall, and then you can just roll it right out. So I really like that. And this is how I store Big's dies. I have just all the Eileen Hall dies right there, journal dies. I still have the Big Shot Plus as a backup to the Switch. And then I store folders in this, just like this. And then more Big's dies, Thinlet dies. I destashed a lot of Thinlet dies, so I got it pretty much down to this right here, and a few, just a couple that's left over in this other storage system I'm going to show you in just a minute. And then these are all the older Sizzix dies. And then more Big's dies. And then I got this unit. I don't remember where I got this unit. I don't remember. This was my stamp storage though. And I love it because the metal is also, it's made out of metal, and so I'm able to store all my movers and shapers on that. So I have movers and shapers there. And mainly just like I said, there's some overflow of dies in here. You can see right there to the left. But I really love this for stamp storage. And I've destashed a lot of those. That's why I did a lot of stamp destashing in the past, because I was trying to get everything to fit in here. So, and then right there, all the way down, just more movers and shapers. And then right here, I have got more ink storage. These are the liquid inks, and then we get down into paints. So there's all kinds of paints in here. That's from the old junk journal days, which I do still do. I actually have one over here on the floor that I'm in the process of working on. So I am still doing that. I've just gotten into the journal making thing more. Now here, I've got this system right here, which houses my sprays. That was a custom piece that was built for me when I was in the old condo. So you've seen that because it was in the other craft room video that I did. And then down here, this piece is from Big Lots, and I love this. This is another great storage piece. Everything is eclectic in here. Nothing is matchy-matchy except for the Ikea furniture. Because I like to buy pieces that hold a lot of stuff because I have so much stuff. So I needed to get a way to organize it. So this piece came from Big Lots, and I love that the Ikea cups hang right off of it too to hold even more things. But this is mainly just mixed media supplies right here. Paint brushes there on the top. All kinds of different mixed media supplies in that. I just love that system. And then up here at the top, holding those distress inkers and re-inkers and distress stains. Those are from Amazon. They're nail polish display, wall mount displays. They're perfect for, if you have the wall space anyway, they're perfect for holding that sort of thing. And then down here, more washi tape storage. And this piece right here is from Hobby Lobby, and this piece again, I love this piece. It's an investment, but it's held up really well, and I absolutely love it. It holds so much stuff, and as you can see, I've got everything. I don't know if you can see it because the light stinks, but anyway, everything is labeled. So, you know, I've got all my embossing powders in here, mica powders in here, waxes and foiling, brushos, glitter, chipboard shapes. Just it holds so much stuff. I absolutely love it. So anyway, that's how I store that. And then finally, what I have is this piece right here in the middle. I have a craft island. And I really wish I could come out more. I'm at the back of the room though. That's as far out as it goes. Let me come on the other side. Maybe it'll be easier there. This is a unit that I made by connecting two of the Ikea Kallax systems together. And then I put little, I don't know if you can, oh, that light's horrible. Here, let me see if I can fix this lighting situation. This may not help. Let's just see. Yeah, I don't know if that helped. Yeah, I guess it did help. So I put the legs on the bottom. I got those from Home Depot. And then I just trimmed it out with some trim from Home Depot and then the beadboard on each end cap. And then, as usual, had to utilize the space for it. So I've got the craft paper roll there. And then glues. It's where I store my glue guns. And this is just mainly just all adhesives right here. And then the front of it is, this is just like all fabric stuff like that, you know, what am I trying to say? You know, seam binding and stuff I've printed on a printer, that kind of stuff. I've got threads in the bottom. And then on the bottom, underneath the whole unit itself, I have more laces. All of that right there in those old Hobby Lobby crates. All ribbon, or not ribbons, those are all laces. And that little suitcase too. This is how I store like books, ephemera, upholstery samples from those samples books that I just tore out of the sample books. And then more Ikea storage. Come over here. This is all jewelry right here. This is how I store findings and such right here. Beadboards, just miscellaneous embellishments. And then pretty much the rest of this in these little plastic bins are all junk journal supplies. And there you can see that how that foot is right there. And then I still have this piece from Michael's, the tool rotating caddy. I absolutely love this thing. I've had that for, God, 20 years. Long time. I have the penny jars right here that hold sari silk, and then this is just all that, just strips of whatever, loose cuts, whatever. I wanted a place that I could stand up and craft at, because, you know, if we sit our desks all day long, it's, you know, you get tired, but I like to stand up and craft a lot, so I spend a lot of time right here at this Tim Holtz glass mat. These are all projects in the middle. I'm in the middle of projects right here. So this whole mess right here is just, I just threw everything here because while I'm working on this other project. Kind of a hot mess right now. And then over here, I have got, oh, that's where my cam snap press is. And I'm going to eventually mount it to the top here. Oh, so what I was saying, I didn't even finish that. So after I put the two Kallax pieces together, I got the measurements and then found this wood top at Ikea as well. And so I just mounted it to the top there with these little L brackets right here. And you can see right here I have the rails on it. That's how I store all of my punches that I have left anyway. But my intention is to mount this to the wood top here. I just haven't done that yet. And then there's more Sizzix. I'm having a hard time finding my words this morning. Jeez. Anyway, more storage. There's like Sizzix stuff at the top there. I can't think of the name right now because, of course, I hit the record button and I forget the words for everything. And then heavy duty card stock right there. Not card stock, it's the board. I don't know. Anyway. And then cards and envelopes in those little containers. This is how I store scrap paper, magazine images, and then there's a whole bunch of mixed media stuff in that bottom container. More junk journal supplies. Tool and cheesecloth. That's just more fabric leftovers right there. And then that's the utility fabrics that I keep stored. I got a lot of stuff crammed in there. And I think that's it. So unless I show a video of my front room and how I store paper and stuff like that, then this will be it. Otherwise, I'll be back with the next section. And maybe you got some ideas for storage in this. All right. Thanks, guys. Okay. I thought, what the heck? As long as I'm doing the craft room tour thing, because I don't think I've ever done that on YouTube in all my years that I've been doing this, but I could be wrong. No, I think I did do it one other time when I remodeled at my old condo. Yeah, so I have done it once before. I'm a big fat liar. Anyway, this is the front bedroom of my house. And as you can see, it's just where I keep all my sports gear, game night gear. But then I also have my overstock of crafty things in here too. So that's just all kinds of gift wrap paper and specialty craft paper. So like you can see there's like Craft Tex in there, and then the rolls that you get from Michael's and Joanne of the craft, you know, decorative craft paper that you use in your projects. And then up at the top I have these shelves from Ikea that show like some more homemade pieces or homemade projects, I mean. So there's like a journal, and then some stick pins and stuff. And then right here is how I store my fiber rolls, crochet trims. But I use them, of course, for tassels and other paper craft projects that I do, journals and all that kind of stuff. And then here is normally where a closet is that people keep their clothes in. And I really could use this space for an extra closet, but I needed it for paper more than I needed it for clothes. So I've just got clothes crammed in this closet and then my master bedroom closet. And it goes up here. You can see like excess. Here's all of my watercolor paper, mixed media paper, anything that I've dyed, coffee dyed, tea dyed, whatever. Then we go into more journaling supplies. I got more yarn, overflow yarn in there. Projects, those in the iris cases in the back are all projects that I just kind of gave up on. I'm eventually going to finish these. That's my goal this year, is to finish all my projects that I've started years ago and see if they can be reworked. And or I've just completely lost interest and I'm just going to scrap the project. Then I've got like all the printables. These are all the printable kits from digital Etsy sellers that I've already printed out, and it's a lot. And you know, right here, like these are all ephemeras that I've cut out with my Cameo, and this is just letter size cardstock. And this is a mess too. This is shipping supplies for when I do my D-stashes. I have a whole bunch of, yeah, I can't think of that stuff. Material you use when you're doing wreaths and stuff. And then this is just more ribbons. This is like Christmas ones on the top, but then these two bottom ones, I've taken everything off the spool. Let me see if I can show you. I've taken everything off the spool, and this is how I store colored ribbons right here. So I just wound them around a card, stuck them on their sides, and I've got 2 cases that are full of that. And then the rest of this is, these are those 2 Ikea drawer storage systems that I've got, like different holiday themed colors right here. And this paper rack system I bought from Whimsadoodle in St. Pete when they went out of business. And I ran up there and snagged this real quick before somebody got to it. They'd already sold a bunch, but there were only like 2 left. And I got one of the 2. So anyway, that's how I store the 12 by 12 papers. And then here I have another one of these pieces like I use in my front room for my ink pads. This is just all kinds of specialty papers, shrinky dinks, and just more, just like I said, just kind of specialty papers. More dyed papers. I got into that whole doing masterboard thing. It didn't work out so well for me. I kind of suck at that. And then longer like things that I just don't fit anywhere. And then back there you can see more digital printouts. And then these are like all the 6x6 papers or specialty pads that just, again, don't fit anywhere else. This is all tissue paper. I don't even know what, yeah, those first 2 tissue papers, yeah, those both are that. Halloween, Christmas, more Christmas, and then this is all felt and foam paper, excuse the dirty floor. And then back there is like more heavy duty, I don't know if you can see it, you can't see it. Anyway, heavy duty rotary trimmers and big roll of craft paper, that kind of stuff. Now this, whoops, sorry, I just knocked my hand on the camera. This was where I had originally stored all of my, these 2 pieces right here were purchased at Ikea, and these are the media entertainment towers that you store like DVDs, CDs, whatever. And these are awesome for storing the bigs. dies from Sizzix. This was, man, I loved this system. This was the best system I ever had for storing Sizzix Bigs dies. And when I moved my die cutting station into the back room, and my dies, I wanted all my dies and stuff with it. So that's why I did another big purge on that, because I just had to, I just had too much. But anyway, I don't have anywhere to put this storage system in that back room. There's just no room for it anywhere, which really stinks, because again, this was just the best way. So right now what I've done is I've just thrown some, you know, stuff I've made in here. And then I have another hanging rack back here, and this is more for my home decor. You know, when you're doing those Dollar Tree home decor projects, this is just some, you know, some stuff for that. And then over here is another Ikea cube shelf system, and this has like my art books in it, some hidden projects back there, and all my journals that I actually have art in a lot of these journals, so I've got like just a few pages. I kind of just lost interest in art journaling for a while. I'm hoping I get back into it. And just some more hidden pieces, and then just junk thrown in the floor because I don't have anywhere else to put it. So right now it's just on it. Oh, and this big monster is my tanning bed. And yeah, I live in Florida, but I still tan because I still work full time. I can't sit my hiney out on the beach or the pool every day. So I have a tanning bed that I get in every night instead. And yeah, so that's it. I don't have too much left in this room. And you know, it's like I said, I had too many paper products, and so everything's just now kept in here in this closet mainly when it comes to paper, and everything else is in the back. And it's been a lot more conducive to me wanting to actually do some crafting these days because I have everything back there. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys later, even though I said that on the last segment. All right, bye.